Howdy, my name is Nimafar. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I am so happy to upload my very first episode video about grammar. So here in this YouTube channel, we are going to learn some new grammar lessons together. And if you have any questions, any problems which you are seeking to solve them, do not hesitate to shoot me an email, or you can just contact me on social media, which I have like Twitter, Facebook, or Discord. So I will be so happy to help you with your English and specifically your grammar. Alright, so our first lesson is about conditional sentences type 1. So first of all, my contacts are supposed to be beginner English learners, not some advanced people. I'm gonna start my channel with some intermediate and beginner lessons. So the level of this video and the upcoming videos will be beginner and at last intermediate. So let's move on. Conditional sentences type 1 are the first and the easiest type of conditional sentences. So now let's see what are the conditional sentences, and specifically what's the first type. So first conditionals are statements about plans that are possible to happen in the future. They consist of an if clause that shows the possibility and the main clause that is the result. So first of all, let me just make an example. If you study hard, you will pass your exam. Imagine you are having an exam like tomorrow, next week, next month, and your father, your friend, your teacher says, if you study hard, you will pass the exam. Means there is a condition. You can't just relax, just chill out, and expect to pass this exam. No, if you want to pass this exam, you have to study hard for that, or just study for that at least. This is the conditional sentences type 1, and it's about present. The if clause is about the present, and the main clause, which is the result, is in the future. Like, you should do something right now and the results will appear in the future. So this is the basic formula I've written in purple color. It says if plus clause with the simple present tense plus main clause with simple future, which means will plus base form of the verb. Another example. If I see Tom tomorrow, I'm gonna hit him. Imagine you are pissed off with Tom. You say, if I see him tomorrow, I'm gonna kick him or I'm gonna hit him. So sentences like that are conditional sentences. It means if you don't see Tom tomorrow, maybe you just forgive him, forget him, whatever. Just you will hit him if and only if you see him tomorrow. So this is a possibility that may happen or even may not happen on the time given. Like in this sentence, it is tomorrow. So there are two hints. It says the first one on the left says we can use the present continuous, present perfect, or present perfect continuous instead of the present simple and if clauses. So instead of that, you can say, for example, you say, if you study hard, you will pass the exam. You can, in other sentences, you can even use if the letter is, or if you have written the letter, I will publish it. Like, or if you have written the essay, I will publish it. Like, you work in a publication and a news agency, and say, okay, if you have written the essay, we can publish it, or we will publish it. And if it's some present continuous, like if you are living in, for example, Africa, you will have some water issues. For example, another hint says on the right, we can use unless, when, as long as, or in case instead of the word if. So here's the example. If you don't get dressed up right now, you won't be there on time. If you don't get dressed up on time, or if you don't get dressed on time, you won't get there on time or just right now. So this is a sentence. So we can say, unless you get dressed right now, you won't be there on time. Or as long as you get dressed right now, you can be there on time, or you will be there on time. We can use unless, when, as long as, or in case instead of the word if. There are two very important tips, and it's not a tip, it's a regulation. Two regulations that we have to use them and follow them at all time. Always remember to put a comma when the statement begins with the if clause. Like if you say, if you study hard, you will pass the exam. You have to put a comma. Comma means to stop, to wait like 1 second or 2 seconds. Said, if you study hard, you will pass the exam. But on the right side said, when you say the results before the if clause, bear in mind not to add a comma to the sentence. Bear in mind means make sure, remember, don't forget that. So means when you say, we can just say, you'll pass the exam if you study hard. We won't wait here. If you pass the exam, like waiting here. No, no, no. You'll pass the exam if you study hard. So once again, don't say you will pass the exam if you study hard. No, you will pass the exam if you study hard. It should be linked. So here in purple color, there are 3 tips which are advanced tips, and these are not beginner or intermediate anymore. These are advanced, and we can say we can use should happen to or should happen to before the main verb in the if clause in order to state rare situations. For example, you work in a factory which is located outside of the city, and your wife says, hey John, for example, your name is John, said, hey John, if you should happen to, or if you should, or if you happen to see a supermarket on your way, buy a bottle of water from me. So here means this, she knows that this is very rare that you see a supermarket on your way. But in case, if you see that, please buy her a bottle of water. Or as British people say, a bottle of water. So these should happen to or should happen to states a rare situation. So let me just repeat the sentence with those 3 words. Said, hey John, if you should see a supermarket on your way, please buy me a bottle of water. Hey John, if you happen to see a supermarket, please buy me a bottle of water. And hey John, if you should happen to see a supermarket, please buy me a bottle of water. We can use to be going to instead of will in the main clause. Like this will state more possibility. Like say, if you give me $1,000, I'm gonna make the deal just right now. I'm going to make the deal just right now means he is 100% sure that he will do that. No doubts. But if you say, I will make a deal means maybe in even 1% he doesn't make the deal. So he won't make a deal. So To be going to or gonna in a short way, it just says talks about a better possibility, more possibility. So we can use that instead. And the last one, in order to have an imperative conditional sentence, make the main clause imperative. So maybe you ask, what is imperative? Imperative is sentences that is command, order. For example, uh, I say, don't drink alcohol, or don't smoke, or do not park here. There are some signs saying don't park here, or uh, don't cut trees, don't hurt animals, be a good man. Some sentences like that, your commands, orders, obligations, and things like that are called imperative. So if you want to have an imperative conditional sentence, make sure the main clause is imperative. I will make an example for that. So imagine you're in a class and you have to go and leave the class sooner because you're invited to a party. You ask your tutor, sorry, can I leave sooner? I'm invited to a party. And your tutor means teacher, instructor. And your tutor say, if you want to leave now, just leave, or just do it. Means he's commanding you, he's ordering you. If you want to leave, just leave. So this is an example for imperative sentences. Thank you for watching this video. I hope it be useful. I hope it's useful, and if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to shoot me an email. I'll be happy to help you with your English. So once again, thanks for watching this video. If you like to type the way I teach, please just subscribe or hit the bell, as it is a basic things people say, and just leave a comment or like. And once again, thanks. See you in the next episode, and bye bye.